and thank you for attending our concert this afternoon with the Aiken Singers. My name is Josh Edwards. I am the privileged director because I work with such wonderful people that you see behind me, and we're so thankful that you are here this evening. We started just a few minutes later because there was an event in here right before us, and we didn't know exactly when that was going to get done, so we've put out the word that we were going to kind of push our time just a little bit to be flexible. So thank you for being patient and waiting for us this evening. As we begin this evening, I'm going to share with you many narration parts throughout the evening. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with our program. Thank you for attending this concert celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country. September the 13th, 1814, Baltimore Harbor. The British Royal Navy sits anchored in the Chesapeake Bay, their bomb vessels and warships trained on a single target, Fort McHenry. For 25 hours, they unleash a relentless bombardment. Over 1,500 bombshells and Congreve rockets arc through the darkness, exploding above the fort in bursts of red fire. On a truce ship anchored 8 miles away, a young lawyer named Francis Scott Key watches through the smoke and chaos. He's certain the fort will fall, certain that this fragile 38-year-old nation will crumble by morning. But then, dawn breaks on September the 14th. Through the clearing smoke, he sees it, the great garrison flag, 30 feet high and 42 feet wide, still waving defiantly over the ramparts, tattered, scorched, but still flying. It wasn't just a piece of fabric. It was a declaration to the world. We are still here. And that is the spirit that we celebrate tonight, a journey through the voices, the landscapes, and the struggles that have shaped this nation that we call home. If you would, I would invite you to stand for the presentation of colors by the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 43 out of Aiken, and please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Stay
Thank you. You may be seated. The sound of America has never been a single voice. It's a chorus, layered, complex, and constantly evolving. In 1860, the poet Walt Whitman published a new edition of Leaves of Grass containing a poem called I Hear America Singing. He described the varied carols of a working nation, the mechanic, the carpenter, the mason, the boatman, the shoemaker, the mother, each singing their own song of labor and life. But that harmony was always being reshaped. Between 1892 and 1924, over 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island. They arrived with nothing but hope and the music of their homelands tucked into their memories. They were Irish and Italian, Polish and Jewish, Chinese and Mexican. They worked the docks, they built the railroads, opened corner stores, and raised children who would grow up speaking English with accents their parents never had. They turned the streets into a melting pot of rhythm and ambition, proving that to be American was not about where you came from, but about the dream you were chasing. But the immigrant experience was never simple. It was a collision of hope and hardship, promise and prejudice. In the mid-20th century, Puerto Ricans arrived in New York by the hundreds of thousands, seeking opportunity in a city that didn't always welcome them. They faced discrimination, language barriers, and the constant tension of living between two worlds. Yet they brought with them a fierce pride, a vibrant culture, and an unshakable belief that this land, their land now, could be better. They danced in the streets, they argued in the kitchens, they laughed and fought and dreamed in a language that was part Spanish, part English, and entirely their own. Leonard Bernstein captured this experience in his 1957 musical, West Side Story, set against the backdrop of New York's immigrant neighborhoods. This is the sound of the American dream, complex, messy, and alive.
boat you can get on.
Hundreds of flowers in full bloom.
Numbers of people in each room.
I'll drive up Buick through San Juan.
If there's a road you can drive on,
I'll give my cousins a free ride.
I'll move with all of them inside.
Immigrant goes to America, making a loss in America. Nobody knows in America, Puerto Rico's in America. When I will go back to San Juan,
When will you shut up and get gone?
I'll give you the emotions you want to see.
What have they got there to keep clean?
I like the shores of America, not pretty shores in America, knocks on the doors in America, Baltimore flows in America. I'll bring a TV to San Juan.
If there's a current to turn on,
Everyone there will give a big cheer.
everyone there will have root here.
I like to be in America, okay, might be in America, everything free in America, for a small fee in America.
On May the 20th, 1862, the horizon moved. President Abraham Lincoln signed the Homestead Act, offering a simple, audacious promise: 160 acres of public land to anyone, including freed slaves and women, willing to live on it, build a home, and farm it for 5 years. Families packed their lives into canvas-covered wagons and set out across a sea of grass. They left behind the crowded cities of the East and headed into a landscape of staggering scale, endless plains, towering mountains, and skies so vast they seemed to swallow the world. It was a lonely, beautiful life. The only music was the wind through the tall grass and the lowing of cattle under an unobstructed sky. In 1872, Dr. Brewster Higley, a homesteader in Smith County, Kansas, sat in his cabin and wrote a poem he called My Western Home. His friend Daniel Kelly set it to music, and it became the anthem of the American West. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. A prayer for a place where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. That was Mr. Logan Ford on violin with us this evening. Thank you, Logan. But even as they pushed into the wild, they carried with them a vision of what this nation could become. In the summer of 1893, a young English professor named Catherine Lee Bates traveled by train from Massachusetts to Colorado Springs to teach a summer course. The journey itself was a revelation. She witnessed the vast wheat fields of Kansas, the endless prairies, and finally the majestic Rocky Mountains. On July the 22nd, she and some colleagues made the arduous journey to the summit of Pikes Peak. At 14,115 feet, she stood breathless, not just from the altitude, but from the view. Stretching before her in every direction was the full sweep of the American landscape. Purple mountain majesties rising against the sky, amber waves of grain rippling across the plains, and fruited plains extending to the horizon. That night, back in her room, she wrote a poem. She called it America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. It wasn't a song of war or conquest. It was a prayer, a hope that this beautiful land would be matched by the character of its people, that America would be a place where liberty was crowned with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. playing trumpet for us this evening was Mr. Steve Palmer. And I could not get this group behind me to do what they do without the help of Mr. David Brown over here on piano. So. A nation is more than its borders or its history. It is the people who stand beside us today, the communities that sustain us, the voices that lift us, and the shared belief that together we are stronger. To share a few words about our own community here in Aiken, please welcome our board president, Ms. Janet Trotman.
Thank you, Josh. Well, it's a great concert, isn't it? We are about to pass the plate. We are a 501(c) organization, and we give to the community. We sing in different places, and we just would love to have you all come every time we put on a concert. So please, remember Aiken singers. Thank you.
That's all right. We're going to receive our offering at this time, so if you want to prepare that, we've got some folks who are going to be taking that up over the next few moments, and then we're going to move on with our concert this evening. All right, as they are passing those along this evening, I'm going to move on with our next narration, moving into our next section, the struggle for freedom and unity. The American story has never been a straight line. It's a jagged, painful, glorious path toward justice. August the 28th, 1963, more than 250,000 people gathered on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. They come from every corner of the country, black and white, young and old, clergy and laborers, demanding that the promissory note of the Constitution finally be cashed for all citizens. They marched to the sound of spirituals and gospel songs, music that had sustained a people through centuries of bondage and second-class citizenship. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stands at the Lincoln Memorial and delivers a speech that will echo through history. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. That struggle reminded us that freedom is not a static gift. It is a constant pursuit, a hymn we must keep singing until every voice is included. Singing the solo in this next song, our hymn to freedom, is Miss Bernice DeLoach.
Free.
And we have seen in our darkest hours that when we finally link arms, we are unshakable. September the 11th, 2001, the world watched as terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airliners and attacked the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives in the deadliest terror attack in the world history. In the days that followed, the nation seemed to hold its breath. But then something extraordinary happened. Strangers became neighbors. Differences dissolved. Firefighters and police officers worked side by side at ground zero. People lined up for hours to donate blood. Flags appeared on every porch, every car, every storefront. We stood together, not as Republicans or Democrats, not as different races or religions, but as Americans. We remembered that our greatest strength isn't in our independence, but in our interdependence. That when we stand united, no force on earth can break us.
United we stand. United we stand. United we stand, America. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis a gift to be free. 'Tis a gift to be free. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis a gift to be free. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
But as we look inward at our own shores, we must also look outward. In 1934, as the world moved toward the shadows of the Second World War, a young poet named Lloyd Stone wrote new lyrics to the beloved Finlandia hymn by Finnish composer Jean Sibelius. He called it "This Is My Song," a recognition that the longing for home, the love of one's country, is a universal human heartbeat. Every nation has its own anthem. Every people has its own sweet land of liberty. To love America is not to diminish the rest of the world. It is to recognize our place in the wider family of nations, acknowledging that the peace we seek for ourselves is the same peace whispered in every language across the globe. That peace has always been bought with a price. Since April the 19th, 1775, when the first shots of the Revolutionary War were fired at Lexington and Concord, the burden of our liberty has been carried on the shoulders of the few. They are the ones who stood knee-deep in the frozen Delaware River on Christmas night, 1776, who stormed the beaches of Normandy on June the 6th, 1944, who held the line at the Chosin Reservoir at the bitter cold of Korea, who walked through the jungles of Vietnam, who kept watch in the silent deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan. They didn't serve for glory. They served for the person standing to their left and to their right. They served because someone had to. We invite all veterans and active duty service members to stand as we honor your sacrifice in the singing of this next song. When we sing your battle song, we ask that you stand and be recognized for your service. United States Army. We have two more songs for you this evening. We close by celebrating the resilience of the American spirit. In 1984, country singer Lee Greenwood released God Bless the USA during a time of renowned national pride. The song resonated deeply with Americans, particularly after the Gulf War, and again after September the 11th, becoming a modern anthem of gratitude for the freedom that no one can take away. And we end this evening with a love letter. Irving Berlin arrived at Ellis Island in 1893 at the age of 5. He was a Jewish immigrant from Russia fleeing persecution, carrying nothing but hope. He grew up in the tenements of New York's Lower East Side, worked as a singing waiter, and eventually became one of the greatest songwriters in American history. In 1918, while serving in the U.S. Army during World War I, he wrote God Bless America as a peace song, but he sat it aside for 20 years. He finally released it in 1938 as war clouds gathered over Europe once again. On November the 11th, 1938, Armistice Day, the beloved singer Kate Smith introduced it to a nation on her radio program. It became an instant classic, a prayer, a proclamation, and a promise. Tonight, we sing it as our closing anthem, a reminder that this nation, despite its flaws, remains a beacon of hope, a home for the dreamer, and a sweet land of liberty. I'm going to turn around about halfway through the song, and I want you to get those little flags that you've been flying all this evening, and we're going to stand together as an audience, and we're going to sing God Bless America. But we're going to start it for us, okay?
America,
I may be a little partial, but they sound the best they've ever sounded tonight. So, I want to personally thank Aiken's First Baptist for hosting us this evening, for Ashley Finch, who is running sound for us this evening, and just all of the intricacies of everything that had to take place tonight with 2 different events here at the church. We're just so appreciative for the church opening their arms to us this evening to host this concert. We do want to let you know that we do invite you to come over to the fellowship hall. If you'll go out these doors and across the courtyard, you'll find the fellowship hall just around the corner. We do have a reception that we would love to just mingle and meet many of you tonight. Again, thank you for coming. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and God bless America.